Good evening. This is Doc for the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA trade of the day for Thursday, the 1st of October. So much uncertainty in this market. If it's not one thing, it's another. Last week we talked about the dollar giving the risk markets fits because the dollar is starting to rally, and that has come down. But what we saw today was interest rates are starting to rise ever so slightly, and markets are very, very sensitive to any kind of changes in those two factors right now because they represent competition to every risk asset that's out there. So Bitcoin today, a little bit soft, not the end of the world, a little bit soft. It did bounce off of the 10,405 level. So this is what we are looking at right here. Again, the decision box that we're looking at is really bounded at this point right there. Upside is 11,000, downside is about 10,100. If we drive through the bottom of this box, this is a very bearish signal because this would be a lot of things happening at once. First of all, this would be a loss of a trend line, number one. Number two, this would be a daily lower high, lower low, change to a downtrend. This would also be a weekly chart, lower high. So all kinds of negative things would happen should the price undercut 10,100. However, as we talked about this weekend, we have this big point of control down here at about 9,200. So 9,200 should be very, very strong support at first on the way back down there. And who knows, it may be one of these events like this that ends up creating that slingshot, which we have seen before in this market. So if we do see this break down here and get down to close to 9,200, I'm going to be loading up on Ledger X with out-of-the-money put options, probably for the November cycle. Now, those are going to be short puts, short put options, which will obligate me to buy down at the strike price that I end up selling, probably somewhere between 7,500, 8,000 or so. But one thing at a time, we'll get to that point. So not much else is really worth talking about today. We're just down marginally. And this is the only market that we can talk about where being down 2% is just a marginal loss. Nothing really massive to the downside at this point, not even worth looking at. Altcoins today, I have no trade of the day today. We're just in distribution. So again, the price is just stuck in a pattern here, and we're seeing this in pretty much every coin. So all we have to do is just simply let the price show us which way it wants to go. If it breaks out above this box, we end up going long. If it breaks down below here, we find ways to go short, or we wait till this plays out to the downside, down to 9,200, and then play that long ultimately by selling out of the money puts. That is it for today's report. Thanks for listening. We'll see you this weekend in the Weekend Report.